Folks, welcome to the Dutchman's Journal. I'm out here in the garden, and today is the part of the gardening with the Dutchman series, and we have a project set up today that you might be very interested in. Gardeners are always looking for more space. This is the entranceway to my garden. I have a gate there, and what I'm planning on doing is taking some 2x6s, making boxed beds on both sides, and then taking a piece of, or actually 2 panels of cattle panel fencing and setting it inside here. And I'm going to use the boxes as planters to grow melons, cantaloupe, and then on the other side I'll have probably some type of squash, and they will grow up over the top of the arbor that I'm forming out of the cattle panel fencing. Very simple. These are going to be 8 foot long and 18 inches wide, but they'll be only about, a little over 15 inches inside, and that should be sufficient to be like a nice mini raised bed for the vegetables. So I'm going to get started on this. I cut 4 pieces of the 2x6. I cut them 15 inches in length, and they're going to sit in between my legs of the box, which are 8 foot long. I mean, you could actually make your box any length that you desire. I just happen to have enough room for the 8 footers here, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Getting ready to fasten this together, and I'm going to use my framing nailer to put this board together rather than screw it together. And the reason for that is when you start to get up in age, hammering nails and doing things like that sometimes adds a little more on your body that you really want. Getting back to my framing nailer, I bought this a number of years back, and I paid about, actually I don't remember what I paid, but it wasn't very much. It was around $85, believe it or not. And I've built decks, buildings, porches, done all sorts of things with it, and it's become a tool for me to use. And to me, it's just Dutchman's common sense that rather than beat a nail with a hammer, I come out further ahead of the game by using a tool that makes the job a lot simpler. Boxes are simple, 15 inches wide, 8 foot long, 2 of them, 1 for each side. It's about 5.5 feet across inside here. And first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and level these out and then fill them up with some soil. I filled the 2 mini beds with some soil. That way, when I go to put in the cattle panel fencing as a arbor, they won't move. They'll be very stable, and I won't have a problem nailing into the wood and moving the bed itself. Using 1.25 inch fence staples, I went ahead and fastened the cattle panel fencing to the left side of the area, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the right side. So I now have attached 1 complete panel, and now I'm going to go get the next panel to put in front of this one. I use plastic pull ties to align the 2 panels with each other before stapling it to the base board. Okay, the price for this here little arbor that I've constructed, 2 cattle panels, which cost $20 a piece, so that's $40. The 2x6x8 Pressure treated wood, $5 a piece. There's 5 of them, $25. So now we're up to $65. So basically, for $70, we have ourselves a nice arbor that will support vegetables, taking a lot less space in the vegetable garden. So soon we'll be planting it, and when we do, we'll be back out here to show you how we're going to do that. I also have a special mix that I will be putting in my little beds there to grow the melons. While I was in the process of cutting the end boards for the arbor, I went ahead and I cut some wood up here for another raised bed to put alongside of my greenhouse, and I'm going to be planting corn in here. And the reason that I'm planting the corn here is I have a tremendous north wind that whips through here and it blows my corn over, and by putting the bed over here on the side of the greenhouse, it's somewhat sheltered. It won't take the abuse of that heavy wind, and hopefully my corn will stand erect.